back in the room. Stupid dog.
Alright, little recap on what's been going on because I ain't picked the camera up in a while. Working life. All I do is work, and then after work I go home and me and this guy, we just
chill.
We do homework and take showers and we get them ready for school and shit. But yeah, I'd also been trying to start another business which consists of a car lot.
Today I
Not here.
have school.
So between two businesses, a youngin' and some family, I don't really have time for this camera, if you know what I mean. But I'll try. I'll continue to try here and there. Plus some of this content, you got to understand it on my end. It's just a little boring. But I know you guys like to watch it, so I'll remember that, keep that in mind. And when I got the time, I'll pick the camera up. I just want to let y'all know that it'll be a lot more few and far between. Damn. Let's clear this thing, needs more than the tune, man. What's that engine light on for? We're gonna start there. Alright, let's fire up here and see what this engine code's on for.
You ready to go gap some more Camaros? I gapped it with the vacuum leak and everything. That was just like,
we'll just connect.
hey man, this thing run good.
We'll connect. Connected. All right, let's see what we have here. Engine coolant temp sensor. Let's go see what we got going on.
I don't like hatches. I don't like the color, but I like the car itself.
Flashlight. Hey. Get down in there. That would be our engine coolant temp sensor plug hanging right here, and that would be a broken engine coolant temperature sensor right there. Dang! All right, we gotta get this resolved before we can do any tuning, because this isn't a tuning, there's no tuning solution for that. We need that sensor. That's why it runs like doo-doo. All right, so we got the ECT replaced, and now I got an idle air control valve code. It's because the one on the engine is 3-wire, and the P28 it's running on is looking for a 2-wire, so that's just not going to work. We're going to disable that biatch and just roll with it. We'll be back. Well, got the idle disabled, but we're gonna have to manually block off the idle air control valve or we'll never get rid of this. It's got an internal vacuum leak. from where it's hung open, I guess. No more engine light though. See if we can't figure out this vacuum leak. Needs a tune. Alright guys, this is, like I said, this is not a tuning problem, this is a mechanical problem. There's no way to get through this with tuning and the push of buttons. What we have is an internal vacuum leak. It's leaking. The idle air control valve, which is back here, is leaking. It's stuck open. It's not wired correctly for this car. It won't wire correctly for this car right now. It's not really my job. I'm gonna tune it, so I'm gonna block them off with the gasket I made. So the idle air control valve can't get air past the throttle plate, because that's what's giving us our leak. So we're gonna slide this gasket over it. I'm gonna clean it all up before I put it together, but that's pretty much the goal right there. We can bolt that on and our idle air control valve will not cause an internal leak anymore. I'll have to manually idle it up with the throttle plate. That's just what we're going to get in this case, so I can move forward and just get my job done. Let's go. Alright, before installing the throttle body back on, I noticed the map sensor was cracked. Probably from the motor shipping, hitting it. Ain't no telling. She worked, but we're going to go ahead and resolve that with another good used one. Here's that ECT sensor that was in there to begin with. Broke clean off. All again from probably the motor shipping. But we're taking care of it and we'll be back when she's done. Alright, so we're back together. I'm going to leave the intake tube off till I know we get it adjusted right, because we're probably going to manually have to idle it up. I haven't done so yet. Slight chance we have to do anything. I guarantee it won't idle. Foot on the gas. That's me keeping it alive with my foot being steady on the throttle. So what we're going to do is just idle it up, set our TPS parameters to 0 and go from there. We'll move forward with the tune. They just won't have no idle air control functionality, but I'll be able to get the fuel and timing curves correct and we can move forward and be done. We got our idle right where we want her. It let me get it with my hand down here. Look, she idles correctly, no engine light, responds like she should, returns the idle like it should. Now this is what a car that just needs a tune runs like. Now we just need a tune, minus the fact that we got to put part of the exhaust on. Gonna help Anthony out here and get the exhaust on. Well, we already helped him out. I don't think he knew he had those issues, but we got to weld part of the exhaust, get it bolted up, and she's ready for a tune. But it's Sunday. I had to meet a customer up here, so I just used my time wisely while I was waiting on him and dealing with him. I've stayed over a little bit. He's gone. He's come and gone, but I'm gonna utilize the rest of my Sunday for my time. So I'm gonna go home and return to this next week. We'll be back with it. Glad it's running much better though. Monday morning, come in. I thought it was going to be a bolt-in ordeal on the exhaust, but had to weld her up. Quiet now. Idling good, no engine lights. Just gonna watch it, make sure the fans come and go like they're supposed to, and it don't overheat. Greg bought a new whip.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't ready for what's under the hood of this joint. This is the pride and joy. For all y'all Accord people, y'all know y'all wish y'all had this swap. Damn! That shit's hot.
$500.
For the hood prop. Got Anthony up and running before I go get my youngin for school today. It's Monday afternoon now. Got her strapped down, idling good, no check engine lights, wide bands in. Let's give her a run through the gears to make sure everything's still sound. Haven't done that yet. Air fuels seem to be about 15 at idle. Everything seems sound. Just get some heat in her before I go pick my youngin up down the road from school, and we'll come back and start tuning this thing. And we're back with the 98 Accord with the pink engine bay. All right, think we're ready for a base pull. Let's get it cracking. Laid into it a little bit a minute ago. We are doing second gear pull on this thing first. It's got the Accord transmission with a F20b swap, and these gears are just so long. I'm gonna do the first pull in a second. It'll get us a good idea where we need to be air fuel wise. And no, it's not 1-to-1. I'll save that for later. Bit rich it appeared. See what we got. Ooh, 180. Air fuels were better than I assumed. Well, no, they were rich. That dotted line represents 12 air fuels. So we were rich all the way across. Bam! There we go. Get these air fuels right. Timing's where they normally like it. Looks like I need to set vtec a little lower and lean it out. We'll be back. Good first base pull. Just so you know, because I didn't mention it, 180 horsepower to the wheels and 143 for torque. And we are working with the F20b swap. Bolted to a factory LX Accord transmission. Not the best suited thing for it. All right, I think we're pretty much done here. I'm gonna go over part throttle, but I don't think that's anything y'all want to watch. We started with 180 for power, 143 for torque, and we ended up with 189 for power, 151 for torque. Not so bad with a little F20b bolted to a stock Accord transmission that's long geared as hell. Can't be mad at it. That'll wrap this up. We're waiting for Dale to come pick it up. I'll leave it strapped on. Maybe he can get some video footage while it's still strapped down. But for now, she's a done. Let's show you some of what's been going on around the shop. This just got pulled in today. Was dropped off sometime last week. Hasn't been drove in a while. Hence the spider webs everywhere. Who that guy? Who that? Well, this turd, she blowed up, rod knot, still runs and drives, just sounds really bad. So customer paid a deposit today for some parts. We're gonna build an engine for him, so you can have that little bitty motor that won't blow up. But no big power maker there. We'll tune that one on K-Pro when she's done. Just got Anthony done, of course. This Mazda Speed out here got dropped off, blowed up motor replacement. The FRS, high pressure fuel pump, and the yellow S2000 out there. Y'all are used to that thing, but she's back, never left. I broke the transmission on a test drive. We must have scrapped it already. I'm gonna show it to you. But customer come to pick it up. That's the turbo one, tuned on pump gas, made right at under 500. Well, she broke the transmission on the test drive with the customer in the car, and now we're putting a 370Z, a Nissan 370Z transmission in it. So we're doing the inline, we're doing the swap with the Inline Pro parts. But it's gonna be it. I'm gonna wait for Dale to get here, and after he picks up, I'm going home. Got this 95 Integra in with a LSV stock sleeves. See what we can do on pump gas. Looking for the mid to high 400s. See what we can get. Strap her down. She's unstrapped right now. Let's get her strapped and loaded. Alrighty, here is our base pull. Base pull, 320 horsepower, 212 foot-pounds of torque. Nice clean graph. Air fuels are good. We turned the boost controller on this time. I'm gonna give her a go with the boost turned up. See what happens. I don't know what it's gonna hit. Got it on 35% duty cycle. Don't even know if it's wired right, so we'll find out a lot on this pull. Is the boost controller wired properly? Is it going to work properly? We'll see. making some jam. Boost controller worked. Little recap on this thing that I didn't tell y'all earlier. It originally came in yesterday, Saturday, for a tune. Today's Sunday. It had this CP belt ram horn on it, or short ram. Put this in the light. That's what we were working with. We had lots of boost crank, really uncontrollable. Today, we still have some boost creep. We swapped it out for the customer's top mount he had. He just wasn't prepared to do a down pipe and fix the charge piping for it, but I got that going yesterday afternoon. We still have some creep. Not as bad as yesterday. We can actually tune this. We're gonna live with it. We're just gonna roll with it. Just a couple things that I think might be suspect. You could have a leak from the blow-off valve over there causing boost to not hit full boost as early. There just could be other things going on, but we're gonna roll with it. It's making really good power. It's safe. Air fuels were good. We're gonna turn the boost up some more and take some fuel out on the big end and turn it more RPMs because it looks like it wants it. See what happens. We either hit boost cut or lost the charge piping. Something happened, fell on his face. There we go. I'll fix that and be back. Alright, like I said, we went from the sheepy mini ram to whatever this top mount is. I'm not sure. The mini ram originally had a 2-bolt 38mm gate. Creep was really uncontrollable just on gate pressure. No boost controller even hooked up. I couldn't control it. The more RPMs you give it, the more boost it'd make. This kind of levels off eventually, but gate placement is not the best. As you see, that gate could be placed better. Why is that 90 there? We have all this room, man, all this room. All this room for a gate right here. And over here. Why is this 90 here? Well, in my opinion, this manifold would flow better if there was a piece of pipe kind of angled in there at a 45-degree angle with the gate coming kind of upwards. It'd get some flow into it. Reason I'm saying this, we still have boost creep, and I figured the more the boost went up, the better it would get. It did. It leveled off here finally. It's a 9-pound spring in the gate. 10-pound, 10.5-ish is what I believe it is. Not very positive, but it should be leveling off somewhere around here. You can see on this red graph, it tries to around 10 pounds. That's 10 pounds right here. But it don't level off till 19 here. There's the boost we made that pull. I will not be going with any more boost on this. We are pump gas, stock sleeves, rod and piston, cam only motor here. Customer did want close to 500, and we only made 376 that pull to the tire with 252 torque. You can't always get what the customer wants. The downfall of my job. Now here I gotta be the bad guy. That's what it feels like anyway. In my shoes, you feel like the bad guy. Here I am, I tried to help Cuz with his boost creep. It didn't resolve it all the way. We just went from one, I wouldn't say crappy manifold, but not suited for the setup, to another manifold not suited for the setup or for what the customer wants here. This thing can be fixed, and I would roll with it, and I think there's other things playing a factor in it. But if it were my car, I would either add another 44mm gate or try to position that one better, or just add a 60mm gate and be done. But here's why I say I believe there's other things adding to it. There's 2.5-inch exhaust coming off of it. That goes all the way back, full exhaust. That's hurting us here. It's hurting the power, it's hurting the boost. The turbo would just respond better without all that back pressure. But it went rich on the top of that pull. I'm gonna attempt to pull that out. I'm gonna give it another shot or two, get a little leaner up there, but that's as far as we're going. We might make a little better number just because I lean it out a little bit on the big end, but I don't intend to go no more boost. Don't want to kill it. It's already past its limits. If the customer wants more power, he's just gonna have to get rid of that little entry-level turbo right there. Honestly, need something bigger on there. But there's boost creep issues to tend to, but this will get them going. It's a good start. You could actually leave it like this as long as the boost creep wasn't too bad on the road. We'll be setting up boost by gear, so that'll help it stay alive a lot longer. We won't be putting 19 pounds to every gear. I'll probably just leave that to fourth, maybe third too. We'll see. Who the hell calls this shop on a Sunday? Ninjas. Let's see who this is. Who this?
Call from N Carolina. Call.
I ain't answering that on a Sunday.
Call from N Carolina. Call.
Not what the customer exactly wanted, but that's where I'm forced to stop. Not trying to blow somebody's shit up on my watch. But 390 is what we got for power to the wheel, 262 for torque. Got a little more jam there, little leaner on the big end. It's about 11.8. That's what it shows there. That's what I want to have with that much boost on stock sleeves. That entry-level precision needs to go bye-bye. We need a big boy to make the power he wants, and some E85 in the tank, honestly, for them stock sleeves. But that's where we're gonna roll. I just gotta set up boost by gear, so you might catch another pull with me strolling through the gears once that's done. But that's where we're at. I didn't do anything different but take fuel out, add an extra strap across there, and put some sauce on the tires because I suspected a little spin at the top, and I think that was the case. I lied. Car cooled off, so I wanted to do a pull while it was cold, and we broke that 400 mark. Quite a ways away from the 500 mark, but what can you do? 272 foot-pounds of torque, 404 horsepower. Car made the same boost. Well, if you look right there, just a tick more. Cooled off. Making updates to the car, setting up boost by gear, and the fucking phone's ringing again on a Sunday. Whose man's is this?
Carolina. Call.
Again, not gonna answer. I'm just gonna wonder who that be.
Call from N Carolina.
It's Sunday. I'm supposed to be home with my family. Instead, my son is YouTubing it up. What's up? What's up, doodle butt? And my wife's at home on the couch, and I'm at work. And these motherfuckers want to call, trying to bug me to. Let me just shut up. Let's finish this. Boost by gear. Here's our boost by gear runs. Second gear, can't do first on the dyno, just blow the tires off. Second gear, third gear, fourth gear. That's 13 pounds, 18 pounds, 20 pounds. But yeah, 398. It's like 370, 300. Well, it's like 290. But that's it. You just gotta go over part throttle and unstrap it, and me and this little fuckhead can go hang out. Little doodle head dummy.